Hey, book lovers! Welcome to While I Read. I'm Katie Dodrell, and today I'm going to be talking about the mysteries and thrillers that I'm most excited about that are coming out in September and October. Fall books! Fall is almost here. Can you believe it? I've still got my pumpkins here. I'm all ready for fall. Even though it's still August here in Georgia, today is actually a really nice, kind of cool day. It was 65 degrees outside this morning. So I'm all ready for fall and I'm ready to share the fall books that I'm most excited about today. So let's get started. The first book I want to talk about is The Trap by Ava Glass. This is the third book in the Alias Emma series. The series is about a British spy named Emma Makepeace, which of course is an alias. I loved the first two books in this series, Alias Emma and The Traitor, and I'm really excited about this third book. In this one, Emma is going to the G7 summit in Edinburgh. Her agency knows that Russia is planning a high profile assassination of a world leader, but they're not sure who they're trying to assassinate. So Emma is there to try to figure out whom she needs to protect, and she's apparently using herself as bait in this book. So I'm really excited about it. The first two were so exciting. I could not put them down. They're just really high octane thrillers. I had actually included this new book, The Trap, in my books I was most excited about for August because I thought the publication date was August. Maybe the publication date was originally in August and it was moved, or maybe I just read it wrong. But what I saw most recently says that September 3rd is the publication date. So I'm very excited to read this book very soon. The next book I want to talk about is a little on the cozier side, and that is We Solve Murders by Richard Osman. You may recognize the name Richard Osman as the author of the Thursday Murders Club. This is the beginning of a new series. It's about a detective named Steve Wheeler who is retired and he's enjoying the retired life. He has his peaceful rituals and routines. He has a cat. So he's pretty happy living as a retired person. But his daughter-in-law, Amy, is serving as protection for a famous author. She is on a remote island and she contacts her father-in-law because some kind of strange things start happening involving a corpse and a bag of money, and she needs some help. So Steve ends up going to this island to help Amy, and they end up working together. So I'm really excited about this book and the fact that it's the start of a new series. I can't wait to read this when it's published on September 17th. Next, let's talk about The Night We Lost Him by Laura Dave, with a publication date also of September 17th. I know Laura Dave is a pretty popular author. I remember hearing a lot about The Last Thing He Told Me a year or two ago, but I have not read any books by her. But this one sounds pretty good. It's about estranged siblings named Nora and Sam who are trying to figure out how their father died. It involves a cliffside cottage and his mysterious death there that I guess they suspect might be murder. Apparently, a lot of family secrets are brought to light. So it sounds like a good book with an intriguing setting. So I'm looking forward to picking this one up. Next, let's talk about The Hitchcock Hotel by Stephanie Wrobel, with a publication date of September 24th. The Hitchcock Hotel is a huge Victorian house in the White Mountains with an Alfred Hitchcock theme. So think screenings of Hitchcock movies, a lot of movie memorabilia, that kind of thing. The owner has invited some friends of his to come and stay there, kind of like a reunion. These were his best friends in college, but they have been estranged for 16 years due to some kind of terrible event that took place. So this is supposed to be kind of a fun reunion for them, a way for them to reconnect. But the Goodreads summary says something like, "No Hitchcock set is complete without a body." So it sounds like there's going to be at least one murder, possibly more. So this sounds like a really fun book. I'm excited to read it. Next, let's talk about The Midnight Club by Margot Harrison with a publication date of September 24th. This book is about four estranged friends. I feel like I'm using the word estranged a lot in this video. Apparently, estrangement is a popular topic for this fall's books. But anyway, these four estranged college friends gather at their Vermont college campus for a 25-year reunion. They worked on the literary magazine together in college, and they were really good friends, but in their junior year, one of their friends died. And now someone wants them to figure out what happened. The Goodreads synopsis describes this book as twisty, nostalgic, and emotionally thrilling. So it sounds like a fun book. So that's all for September. Let's move into October, and we'll start with The Last One at the Wedding by Jason Rekulak with a publication date of October 8th. So this book features more estrangement. In this book, the main character, Frank's daughter, Maggie, calls him to invite him to her wedding. And this is the first time that he's heard from her in 3 years. So he's really excited to hear from her and to go to the wedding. So when he gets there, he finds that it's at this secluded, luxurious, private estate in New Hampshire. It turns out that the family that Maggie is marrying into are billionaires. So Frank feels very out of place. He's trying to reconnect with Maggie and trying to get to know her new family, but none of them really seem that interested in getting to know him. He also finds out that the local people do not think that kindly of the family that Maggie is marrying into. So he just has a bad feeling that something is wrong here. And I'm sure that something is wrong since we have a thriller book that we're going to read. So this just sounds like an exciting book. You know, I love the isolated, secluded setting. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. Next, on the cozier side, let's talk about The Great Hippopotamus Hotel by Alexander McCall Smith with a publication date of October 15th. This book is number 25 in the #1 Ladies Detective Agency series, which I love. This series is about a private detective in Botswana, Africa, named Precious Ramotswe. In this installment, Ma Ramotswe and her co-detective, Ma Makutsi, are investigating some strange incidents at a hotel in Botswana, the Great Hippopotamus Hotel. So it's this beautiful, luxurious hotel in the Botswanan countryside, but some strange things have been happening. There have been some incidents of food poisoning, some clothing going missing, a scorpion sting. So just too many incidents for them all to be coincidences. So Ma Ramotswe and Ma Makutsi are trying to figure out what happened. These books just have great themes of friendship, kindness, generosity. Botswana is always described so beautifully, so I am looking forward to picking up this latest installment in one of my favorite series. So this next book may be the one that I am most excited for in this video, and that is Murder in Highbury by Vanessa Kelly with a publication date of October 22nd. So if you recognize the name Highbury, it is the village in the book Emma by Jane Austen, which is my favorite book ever. This is a murder mystery about Emma. Basically, in this book, Emma is married to Mr. Knightley, and she's, very happy. She and Harriet Martin, who you probably will remember from the original book, are in the church one day, and they find the body of Mrs. Augusta Elton, who, if you remember her from the original book, she's just an insufferable woman that Emma can't stand. But of course, it's very upsetting to find her body. And so Emma has to start investigating and figuring out who the murderer was. So I'm so excited about this book. I hope this will be the beginning of a new series, and I can't wait to read this one. Next on my list is Westart Kill by Dann McDorman, with a publication date of October 24th. So this book is set at the Westhart Country Club, which is a very isolated hunting lodge. Apparently there's a raging storm. We find some corpses. We have a lot of rich, devious characters, and we have a detective trying to figure out what happened. So I don't really know a whole lot about this book, but I love the isolated setting in the middle of a storm. So I'm looking forward to picking this one up. The last book on my list is The Blue Hour by Paula Hawkins, with a publication date of October 29th. Paula Hawkins is probably best known for The Girl on the Train. I tried to read The Girl on the Train, and I really just did not enjoy it at all. And I haven't read any other books by Paula Hawkins. But this one looks really good. It's set on an isolated Scottish island. I can't resist that isolated island setting. Apparently this island is only accessible 12 hours a day. So there's a reclusive artist who lives on the island. Apparently 20 years ago, her husband disappeared. And so some people suspect that she killed her husband. There's also some kind of present day mystery that's going on involving this artist too. So I haven't really found a lot of information about this book, but the setting alone makes me want to read it. So I'm looking forward to this one. So that's it for my most anticipated mysteries and thrillers for September and October 2024. I'm really excited about these books. Please let me know in the comments if you're planning on reading any of these books or any others that you're excited about coming up in September and October. If you liked this video and you want to see more book recommendations and reviews, please subscribe to my channel. Now, go watch the leaves change while I read.